9 of his 14 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shady Gamhour. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing blue trunks and weighed in officially at 159.6 pounds. Hailing from Oakland, California, he is undefeated with 14 wins. 12 of his 14 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Amari the Reaper Jones.
Gentlemen, I give you instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean, professional fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my instructions at all times. Gentlemen, let's do work. Touch them up.
And we have a special guest joining us on commentary for this fight, the 130-pound queen herself, Alicia Baumgartner. Welcome to the show. What brings you to town?
Yes, thank you. Listen, I live in Dallas now. Boxing is in the state, so it's always a good time to be in the atmosphere.
How you like in Texas?
I like Texas. It's always bigger in
The
Texas.
food, the climate, the people, the music.
Honestly, the weather.
The weather, really.
To have 80-degree weather right now, I love it.
How's the boxing down here?
Great.
We'll talk to you throughout the show, but right now, Amari Jones and Shady Gamhour squaring off here in Fort Worth, Texas, right down the road from Dallas. Scheduled for 10 rounds. Amari Jones promising that he will give us his best performance. This is his most high-profile fight, Sergio. What do you expect from him?
Well, he's a calm and collected guy. He's very patient. That's what I do see out of Jones. He likes to set up that big right hand. He's starting off a little bit more aggressive right now. Like he does want to put on a show, but it's going to be the right hand. Big right hand from Amari Jones.
Alicia, what do you know about Jones?
You know, Jones has been a fighter that I've been able to see in his last fight in Equatorial Guinea. Happy to say that I was in Africa to see. So just to see the progression of where he's at right now, he looks to be comfortable in there.
By the way, you were supposed to fight this month on the Jake Paul Tank Davis card, but that's been postponed. You got any inside scoop for us of when you're going to be back?
You know, that is correct. I just know that I am ready in fight shape as of next week, but I'm excited. So sooner than later.
All right. Hopefully we'll see you maybe next month.
Next month.
That's another thing that Jones does. He likes switching up from lefty to righty. Right now he stands in that orthodox stance. But with that southpaw stance, then he can't land that right hand, which is his money punch. The thing about Gamhour, he's very, very tricky to pin down. You know, you want to start jabbing at the chest and the torso area to try to get him to stand still to line up that big right hand. Very tricky to pin down too, so you're going to need more jabs if you're Amari Jones.
Roy Jones says that when he met Shady, he wasn't being treated right in the gym. He was being treated as a sparring partner. He didn't like that since he was a foreign fighter. No one was giving him his respect, so we took him under his wing and trained him, and here he is. Very big, high-profile fight. Alicia, was Roy Jones one of your favorite fighters growing up? Were you a big boxing fan watching on TV?
Yeah, you know, Roy always brought the energy. I think we all can resemble some type of Roy in our performances. But yes, Roy has been that guy.
And Roy Jones Jr. was Superman to his boxers.
Ooh, good left hook there from Amari Jones.
Everyone tried to emulate Superman, but we couldn't do it. And that's the first question I asked Shady. I said, do you try to take anything from the great Roy Jones? He says, no, man, I got my own style. I can't do what he did. I don't have his speed. I don't have his power. I just stay in my lane, which is a smart thing to do as a fighter.
Yeah, I think that's a great mentality to have. Just know what you can do for yourself.
Nice jab there by Jones.
Round one in the books. Shady Gamhour has lost 2 of his last 3 fights, but one of them coming to the fairly well-known Steve Rolls. Gamhour thought he was robbed in that fight. He went to Canada, lost a decision, and then also lost to Devontae McDonald in their first fight, but won the rematch.
Yeah, he carries himself like an undefeated fighter. He said he deserved to win both those fights, but that's the mentality with all fighters. You know, close decisions, we felt that we won.
And this could be an uphill battle for him in this one, Alicia. How do you think he should handle someone like Amari Jones?
You know, I think it's important to have the confidence of what you already know what to do. I would like to see him establish his jab in that distance. I think he can make Jones a little uncomfortable in there because his style is unorthodox.
Very unorthodox. It's actually kind of weird, you know, the way he moves his upper body is Shady. So the way you pin that down is just by aiming at the chest. You know, it's kind of like a linebacker when they're going after a running back. They don't go for the legs. They go for the numbers. You know, hit the chest. That's what you aim for a boxer as well.
Jones trying to step in and land that left from the southpaw position. Gamhour doing a pretty good job being mobile. Doesn't want to be a stationary target.
Jones, from that left-handed stance, you know, that jab's going to be harder to land against an orthodox fighter, so that left hand we should be looking for. But since you have an awkward guy in shape, you should just aim at the chest.
Alicia, how do you feel about fighting southpaws?
You know, it's one of those things you have to think, but not overthink it, right? Again, always know what you're doing in there. Always know the position that you're at to capitalize. I heard Jones's trainer tell him to calm down a little bit, establish that jab. I think, again, that rhythm is important when you're fighting an unorthodox fighter.
It's hard to get a rhythm whenever you're dealing with a guy that's so twitchy like that. So you got to be patient. Don't get frustrated. And the main thing is just, yes, the jab, the most important punch, and foot feints. That's another thing I want to see from Amari Jones. So the foot feints, try to get the unorthodox fighter to reveal what he's going to do, what he has planned.
I agree.
Jones has got lightning speed as far as his reaction time. Everything Gamhour does, Jones is right back.
No punch, no punch.
Gamhour, 9 knockouts in his 14 wins, 12 KOs and 14 wins for Amari Jones. So plenty of pop on both sides of the ring here.
Now you see Jones going back to the orthodox stance. Some fighters do that because they're comfortable and like to do it, and others they do it out of frustration. Right now, I think Amari Jones is having fun with the opponent in front of him, but he's also trying to pin down the tricky upper body movement. It's a fucking girl.
You heard Boy say, hit those arms, Alicia.
Listen, we know about what that means.
Well, look, when a fighter, when they try to punch the arms, is they want you to hit something. And whenever you're dealing with someone that's so tricky in moving, you gotta hit whatever's gonna be a stationary target. That's the chest, that's the shoulder, that's the bicep. Get them to stand still in order for you to unleash combinations.
You know, Canelo Alvarez loved to do that. Just beat the hell out of the guy's arms. He's less likely to throw punches back and keep his arms up to defend his face.
Another thing that Roy Jones Jr. might have told him to hit the shoulder because Jones does drop that lead left hand, so he opens up that shoulder and that bicep area. So touch that, punch that to get that left hand just on check, then you can come over the top.
Amari Jones was originally trained by Bill Haney and continues a strong relationship with Devin Haney. But they said after that loss to Ryan Garcia, they started dealing with their things and they just kind of went separate directions, but no ill will or hard feelings.
Head up.
You like what you're seeing so far from Jones, Alicia?
So far, I do. I think I would like to see him just, go to the body, punch to the chest, like we were mentioning. I think he's trying to land that perfect punch as well.
Well, he does have pressure to shine tonight. He told us everyone's watching. They're waiting to see what I do here on the main card.
Both these fighters are motivated to shine and do something great. So you gotta calm that nervous energy as you're Jones, and you do that with jabs. The easiest punch in the book. That's what you do if you're Jones.
I I agree. And we have 10 rounds, so you know you have some time there to really establish that jab, that rhythm, that pace.
By the way, some big news yesterday, Alicia. I'm sure you know all about it. Clarissa Shields signing an $8 million contract. What a sign that shows you just how big women's boxing is doing right now.
Yeah, it's elevating, and I think that's amazing to just see it on the biggest stage possible, and many women to come after that.
It's not only the group getting the big paydays. Alicia's on Netflix getting that big money too, so congrats on you, Chad.
Many heroes.
Jones had Gamhour back against the ropes there. It's getting awfully awkward now. That one landed on the temple, and Jones is all over it.
It was that right hand. He timed that right hand, Jones did, over the top. Gamhour kept on tipping to the same side.
He's hurt that right hand. Sends him down.
Gamhour got chopped down with that right hand right on the table. That's going to be a hard shot to recover from. You see his legs are shaky. Jones is going to go in for the kill.
Let's see how good of a finisher Amari Jones is. This would be the highest profile victory for him. And Gamhour's in some serious trouble. He's tucking down. Throws a right hand. Got a shot. All right. And he's down again. And that's it. Amari Jones shining bright in the Lone Star State.
The Reaper comes in with that big right hand and knocks out a stubborn fighter. It's Shady Gamhour.
Way to win it. Way to win. I think this is a dominant performance by Jones, and I think he did what he was supposed to.
This was the type of fight that could have got away from Amari Jones. Not in losing, but in looking good and in trying to get and capitalize on a knockout, and he ends up getting it.
Alicia, he said, quote, after this fight, people will be saying, I am the truth. Is he the truth?
He definitely saw some truth. So yes, I can agree to that statement.
I want to see more, and I'll tell you the truth. Right now, I'm impressed. I like what I saw. He followed directions. I want to see more from the Reaper.
And hey, the middleweight division, not exactly the most loaded in boxing right now. There's a lot of opportunity for him to be at the top sooner than later.
Yeah, I think it's important, to be in the States as well. I know his last fight was in Africa, so to be back in the States and have that fan base here to really showcase those skills, and really going to see what he does next after this performance.
Stay active, stay working, stay busy, and stay knocking out people. That's how you turn heads. And this is a young man that has knockout ability. He's very disciplined, has everything going for him. Bright future.
He just came over and said, I'm the truth.
He's stamping that.
That's going to be his moniker, apparently. He's nicknamed the Reaper, but maybe he should change it to the truth.
That's Earl Spence's moniker. I think the Reaper is the right moniker because he went after the kill. And that was a shot right there. It was a right hook, and it hit Gamhour on the opposite side of the face, so he wasn't able to roll with that shot. If you see right here, Gamhour landed. It was a shot right there, so he can't roll with it. So he caught him in a shot in a place where he couldn't really, he absorbed it differently.
Amari Jones said he signed with Oscar De La Hoya, and Oscar De La Hoya said, listen, I'm going to turn you into a star. But he needs help to be a star, and with performances like that, his job will be much easier.
Absolutely. Boxing, you have to be your biggest fan and your biggest promoter, even when you have a promoter. So yes.
I just noticed the ponytail on Amari Jones.
That ain't a ponytail.
What is that?
We call that hang time. Those are dreads. I think, some people do it just to, I know I would do it just to see how long my hair is.
Okay, so it's not a ponytail, gotcha.
Shabazz Massoud will face Peter McRail for the European Super Bantamweight title December 6th in Monaco. Also on the card, Johnny Fisher is back. Bosh! Beatrice Ferreira will defend her IBF lightweight world title, and Coda Walker will face Pat McCormick in a welterweight clash. Let's make it official now. We go back into the ring in Thomas Driver.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes 54 seconds of round number 3. Our referee Ruben Perez waves it off. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout. And still undefeated, Amari the Reaper Jones.
15-0 gets his 13th knockout. Chris Mannix is in the ring to speak with the 23-year-old who lives in Las Vegas.
Well, Amari, congratulations. First fight in your new Golden Boy contract. That couldn't have gone any better. Get the third-round knockout. How did you feel about that performance?
I felt good. Had to adjust a little bit. I knew he was game. I knew he had a lot of experience. He's older. He trained with Roy Jones, so I knew once I got in there, I had to fill him out. And then the third round, I seen the shot and I took it. So.
Walk me through the finish of this fight, because you're right, an experienced guy in front of you, been training with Roy his entire professional career. What were you looking for to finish the fight?
So when I heard him the first time and he fell, when he got back up, I pressed him a little bit to see if he was really hurt, if it was a flash knockdown. I could tell he didn't really fully recover, so I pressed him and I hit him with a good shot, the perfect shot at the time, and got it done.
Second fight for you with Virgil Hunter in your corner. What have you made of the progress that you've made so far?
It's elevating me mentally, physically. I feel like I'm turning into more of a man. Before I would say I was fighting more, kiddish, and so now I feel like I'm turning more into a man, more mature in the ring.
You walked over to the broadcast table, said, "I'm the truth." As soon as that fight was over, what message did you send in this fight?
I'm the truth. Simple as that. I'm the truth.
We're going to get in with Oscar De La Hoya next week. What kind of fights are you going to tell him you're looking for?
Put me in with the biggest. If he says he'll make me a star, I'm ready for it. Come on, come on with it. I'm working for them towards some world titles, and come on, I'm with it.
Congratulations, Amari.
Thank you.
Guys?
Alicia, he's so soft-spoken and so humble. You can tell he's trying his best to talk a little trash and hype himself up.
For sure. These moments will make you stumble over your words.
I would call him the quiet storm, because yes, he is a little timid, a little quiet, but inside the ring, man, he's dangerous.
Well, let's jump into the highlights. And Alicia, take us through them. Amari Jones, still perfect in his young career.
Yes, listen, Jones is happy to be in there. Golden Boy debut. The beautiful southpaw stance, body shot. Right there on the temple. Those shots they'll drop you instantly.
Yeah, if you keep dipping to that same style, the fighter's just going to chop down, and that's going to actually work against the other fighter, because you can't really roll with those shots. Your head's in one place, you're punching down, it just makes it worse. So, Gamhour couldn't hide from that right hand of Amari Jones. Jones did what he had to do and chop down, knocked out, on to the next one.
On to the next.